have to abstract all the information from the question. First, cost of equipment, which is 24 million, followed by initial networking capital investment 1.8 million, and then fixed cost per year 1.2 million, variable cost per unit 265 ringgit, price per unit 380 ringgit, and then followed by tax rate is 35%, and then return on project is 20%, salvage value is 20%. These are the information we can get it from the question. To do this question, we have to use these kind of formulas in our question. First of all, revenue. To find revenue, not total, unit sales times by price per unit. Second is variable cost. Unit sales times price variable cost per unit, followed by before tax earnings of subsidiary, which is BTES, equals to total revenue minus total expenses. And then tax. To find tax, BTES, which is before tax earning of subsidiary times with tax rate. After tax earnings of subsidiary, ATS, equals to BTES, which is just now we know, minus with tax, and then followed by net cash flow to subsidiary equals to ATES, which is after tax earning of subsidiary plus with depreciation. Let's go to question number 4a. To do question like this, we have to draw a table like this first. First, we're going to start with demand. So, demand for each year is already stated in question. For year 1 is 93,000, year 2 105,000, year 3 128,000, year 4 140, 134,000, year 5 is 87,000. To find the total revenue of each year, we have to times with price per unit. Price per unit for all the 5 years is 380 only. So we just need to times with 380 with demand, so we will get the total revenue. Next is total variable cost. To find total variable cost, we have to times with variable cost per unit with demand. Variable cost per unit for all the year is 265, so we just 265 ringgit times with demand of the year accordingly, so we will get 24,000, 27,000, 33,000, just like this. Moving to next one is fixed cost. Fixed cost already stated in the question, which is 1.2 million for rest of the 5 years. Next is depreciation. To find depreciation, we have to take the 24,000 of installed cost, which is 24,000, divide with 5 years. So we will get 4.8 million. Followed by total expenses. Total expenses, which is we have to plus all these three. This one, total variable cost, fixed cost, and depreciation of these three for a year is 30,000, 30,000,6,400, and so on. So we have to do the same method for rest of the years. Moving to the next part, which is before tax earning of subsidiary. To find this, there is a formula which is total revenue minus total expenses. Our total revenue just now is 35 million, so just minus with 30 million, so we will get 4,695,000. Repeat the same step for the rest of the 5 years. Next is post government tax. In the question, the tax is 35%. To find the 35%, we need to BTS times 35%. So you will get this amount. Repeat the same step for all the years. After tax earning, formula is BTS minus the tax. So if you minus BTS with tax, you will get this amount. So repeat the same step until year 5. So you will get these amounts. We are moving to the next part, which is net cash flow to subsidiary. To find this, we have to use this formula. After tax earnings of subsidiary plus with depreciation. So just now, after tax earning of a subsidiary is 3 million plus with 4.8 million, so we will get 7851750. Repeat the same step until year 5. Next is net working capital. We know that net working capital already mentioned in the question. Just plug all the net working capital into this box according to the year until year 5, and then next we are moving to the salvage value. Salvage value of the 5th year is 4.8 million because depreciation. We just do the same method how we did for the depreciation. 24 million divided by 5, we will get 4.8 million. After tax salvage value. To find this, 4.8 million minus, not minus, sorry, 4.8 million times 1 minus tax rate, which is 1 minus 0.35. So we will get 312,000. That is after tax salvage value. Moving to the next part, which is free cash flow. To find free cash flow, we have to minus net cash flow to subsidiary minus net working capital. These two. If we minus, we will get this amount. Repeat the same step until here, until 4th year. In 5th year, we have to do like this because we have after tax salvage value. So net cash flow to subsidiary minus net working capital minus after tax salvage value. So we will get this amount. So going to the next part, which is PV of parent cash flow, 20%. To find this, there is a formula which is we have to do like this. Take the previous amount, free cash flow amount, which is 2,550,750 divide 1 plus 0.2. This is for year 1. For the year 2, put this amount here, which is 2763750 divided by 1 plus 0.2, year 2. Just change this and follow to the year. If you are doing for the second year, just change the second year. For your 3rd year, just change 3rd year. Repeat the same steps until year 5. Next, we are going to find initial investment by parent. Initial investment by parent is 25,800,000. This amount we get it from 1.8 million, which is NWC, plus with installed cost, which is 24 million. So we will get 25,800,000. We will put negative here because initial investment by parent usually will be negative here. So I put it here as negative. So next part is cumulative of NPV. To find this, it is very easy. We need, for year 1, we have to negative RM 25,800 plus this amount. So we will get negative 23674,375. Repeat the same step for the rest of the year. For year 2, we are going to do the same thing. Negative 25,800 minus this, no minus, plus this and plus this. We will get this answer for this. Same steps, negative 25,800 plus this, plus this, plus this. We will get this answer. Same steps for the year 4 and year 5. In this question, they ask, did I need to invest this project? If you ask me, I would not invest in this project because the MVP of the 5th year is 18609,958. Because negative and MVP means the companies cannot generate enough cash to grow or cover the initial investment and required return of 20%. So I will suggest not to invest in this project. Thank you.
Let's move to question 4B. There will be what a bid price should you set for the contract in the question. So the additional information will be Q is quantity 100 unit, IO is initial outlay which is stated as 240,000. Depreciation we need to calculate as 240,000 divided by 6 years. So it will be 40,000 depreciation. As salvage value is 0, fixed cost is 50,000 as stated in question. Variable cost is 160 per unit. Rate of return is 14%. After tax salvage value 0 and net working capital also 0. We need to put a table to know the total projected cash flow. So we need to put for 6 years. OCF will be 0, initial net working capital will be 0, change in net working capital also 0. The information given is IO which is initial outlay 240,000 and the total projected cash flow will be 240,000. Next is we need to calculate NPV, which means NPV equals to ICFO plus OCF bracket PVIFA equals to 0. So we need to calculate OCF, ICFO divided by PVFA. So there will be 240,000 divided by 3.8887. We need to see the PVIFA table. So the answer will be negative 61,717 ringgit point 28 cents. Next is OCF, net income plus depreciation. For this, there is not stated a net income, so we need to calculate the net income. The net income equals to OCF minus depreciation, which means negative 61,717 ringgit point 28 cents minus 40,000. So the answer will be negative 101,717.28 cents. Third step is net income equals to P minus variable cost, quantity minus fixed cost, 1 minus tax plus depreciation. We got the net income here. So for net income, negative 717.28 equals to P minus with 160 times 7 because the variable cost is 160 times with quantity minus 50,000, 1 minus 0.40 which means 14,000 plus 40,000 because of the depreciation. We need to calculate the P because the P is haven't stated in the question. So P101 equals 101,717 ringgit point 28 cents divided by 0.60 which means 1 minus 0.40 plus 16,000 which means variable cost times unit, 50,000 fixed cost and 40,000 is the depreciation. So the P value is 275,529 ringgit. So the last for the bid price is 275,529 ringgit divided by 100 units because as stated in the question. So the answer will be 2,755 ringgit 29 cents per unit. So for the company to get its rate of return at the 14%, the bid price that it has to set is 2,755 ringgit 29 cents per unit.